everybody, and welcome. I know that people are at work and people are busy, so you may not be able to jump on right now. So I am just going to go ahead and get started on a tutorial how to make a chocolate covered strawberry Christmas tree. A couple years back, I was going to do a video and we tried, but we failed. So now we're doing live, so this is going to be scary. Well, my nose is itching already. This is terrible. Okay. So I went ahead and prepped a lot, because this video would have took way too long if I would have started totally from scratch. So I did go ahead and start. So to make a chocolate covered strawberry Christmas tree, this will be your base. They're 12-inch cake platters. They're pretty and they're silver. And that's what you'll use for your base to put your Christmas tree on. And then, I'm not exactly sure how tall this cone is. I would say 8 or 9 inches. And I like to use the white styrofoam cone because it's harder. Now this one is a florist cone. I really don't like it because it kind of gives off a little grit. So I did cover it in foil. But the night before you start, glue it onto your base. So, use whatever kind of glue you want. Hot glue works, sometimes it eats into the foam. I did use Gorilla Glue, but it kind of expanded a little bit. So, this is what you will use to start. Let me go off camera to show you what kind of chocolates I use. Normally, I just buy the Great Value brand of almond bark. It tastes really good. It's most cost efficient to use. So, use those. If you do love dark chocolate more, I got this from Sam's, and this is pre-tempered. If you work with dark chocolate, you have to get it to a certain temperature, and if you don't get it right, it will not dry, and it's a mess to work with. So if you get dark chocolate, get the wafers that are pre-tempered, and all you have to do is dip. The dark chocolate's really pretty because it has a nice shine when it dries. Right? We will eventually show you what we drizzle with. I use the candy melts that we drizzle with. Candy melts are not my friends, y'all. Candy melts are not my friends. You need to use shortening when you use the candy melts. Here is the shortening. It's the kind of like the old, white stuff, lard. That's what you use to put a little bit of that when you melt. If you get your temperature too high when you melt these things, they will turn into these little hard rocks. And you have a mess on your hands. So working with wafers, the candy wafers, is not my favorite thing, but I do manage. Then, in the end, we will put kale on the bottom to decorate our tree with. Put it on the bottom and set it there. I actually start my strawberries and just kind of stick the kale in afterward, and if I have any empty spots, I can poke some kale in there. Okay, so the first thing we do, I bought 4 1-pound containers of strawberries to make this tree. I have dipped 40 strawberries. I think sometimes it takes 50 strawberries to make this tree, but I did 40 today, and I will just put in the red in between as pretty color to add a beautiful Christmas color. I bought so many strawberries because a lot of times there's so many bad strawberries and you just have to buy extra to make sure. There's actually about 24 strawberries in a small container, but I always buy extra so that I can get good strawberries. This time of the year at Christmas, the strawberries are shaped odd. They're small and they're shaped different, but it's actually perfect for the Christmas tree because you don't want the big fat strawberries. All right, my camera lady is going to tell me who has viewed us, and I'll give some shout outs.
Joe, Inez, Dawn, McKaylin, Waynette, Torbert Trio, Christy, Kenny, Shelly, Yasmin, Nikki, Stephen, Roger, Lisa, David, Deborah, Jessica, Wendy,
oh, wow,
Jason,
I got a whole crowd.
Torbert Trio said, I'm thankful for your tutorial video. I love your arrangement. Thank you, sis.
Aw, thank you.
Sherry Carver, Joseph, Brandy, Sarah, Stephen said, I want one. Charlie, Lena, Linda, Hannah.
Oh, thank y'all everyone for joining and watching. I appreciate it. I do like making tutorials, however, I'm not really made a lot. But okay, so the first thing we want to do after we buy our strawberries is we want to wash them. I like to put mine in a big bowl, fill it up with cold water, and then add a dash of vinegar. Let them sit for a couple minutes, swish it around. That vinegar just really gets the dirt off the strawberries, and it's great. Don't put too much vinegar because it will kind of strip your leaves and make them look wilted. Do the same thing with the kale. The kale is very dirty. You can still use the same water you got your strawberries out of. Just dip your kale in there, shake it around. The kale is very dirty. You will be amazed. Grapes in your water, vinegar water, let them sit for like 10 minutes, and you will not believe how much dirt and filth comes off of the grapes. All right, so I did pre-do strawberries, like I said, but I did want to show y'all, for those of y'all that haven't dipped strawberries before, just a couple I will dip for you. This is Styrofoam. Styrofoam is my friend. If you dip anything, Styrofoam is your friend. I covered it with foil. Another thing that is your enemy when you dip strawberries is water. Water is your enemy. So we'll take a strawberry. I'm going to stick my toothpick in the end, not too far, because sometimes if you get too happy, it'll slide right through and poke you in the hand, and that is not fun. I always make sure I pull my leaves back. Sometimes my kids help dip strawberries, and they know I'm all the time saying, please pull the leaves back. I've noticed these strawberries here at Christmas time, the leaves just seem like the whole ring of leaves just pulls right off. So I pull my leaves back, hold it on my toothpick, I make sure all the water is off, and I dip it in chocolate, leave just a hair of red showing. Every once in a while there might be, always go through your strawberries and make sure there's not a soft spot. It's okay if it's slightly bruised, but not mushy. You always need to make sure your strawberries are nice and firm, and you don't want them to be too green on the end. So we dip it, we shake, 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 and then we stick it in our Styrofoam. Now, when you melt your white chocolate cannot stand as much hot temperatures as the milk chocolate can. And sometimes you can mess up your white chocolate by heating it up too much. All right, so we dry, 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 pull our leaves back, and dip. Shake, 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 shake. I'm just going to do two just so y'all can, get the idea of what's going on. All right, I'm hoping that I had to reheat everything up. All right, so the next thing we do, I already previously have my colored melts melted with the shortening in it. Then I use Ziploc freezer bags. Use the freezer bags because they're heavier duty. I probably said that wrong. They're heavier duty, and so they hold the temperature better, because the regular ones, the heat will just basically make them bust open, or you'll get a new hole in it that you weren't meaning to get there. Then you just take your scissors and snip off the end. On my green one, I got it a little fat. I didn't mean to get it so fat. So you want to start with a little small hole, and if it's not big enough, see, I'm going to squirt. See, it's kind of really fat. Rebecca, can you come zoom in?